Just about everyone here has heard about the I-81 project in Syracuse, but now the debate is getting more attention from the New York Times.
Here's the status of the project right now, just to refresh your memory. The demolition part, that's stuck in court. The state is appealing a local judge's decision, demanding more study before that bridge comes down. That same judge says opponents can't re-argue their case to stop all the work, because there is work happening right now. You can see it, actually, if you've driven around 481 interchange in the northern suburbs. Now, News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan finds out why the New York Times was so interested in this story now.
When I was a reporter for NPR, I covered the carrier layoffs.
Jim Zeroli is a semi-retired radio reporter who sees a story in Syracuse.
There's no substitute for actually walking around the neighborhood. And it is pretty grim there. It really is. It's just dark.
Reporting from under the I-81 viaduct, he pitched it to the New York Times. Why it's so hard to tear down a crumbling highway nearly everyone hates. I asked Zeroli what interview stood out most. He says Clarence Dunham.
His family's house was torn down. His grandparents' house was torn down. And he said, you know, he said they tore down my neighborhood, everything that was familiar to him.
Now the state and city want to rebuild it, but there's concerns other interests will take over when the structure comes down.
It would be a really good place for developers to come in and build high rises. Now the city doesn't want that, the state doesn't want that, but I think there's a lot of skepticism about what can be done there, about whether promises are going to be lived up to over time.
The first promise, some doubt. Will the project ever happen?
There's the potential to show what can happen in a city when it's done right. There's the promise of a really attractive outcome here, an improvement for the people that live there. So there's a story that in Syracuse about how to get it right potentially, and I hope it happens.
The nation is watching. In Syracuse, Andrew Donovan, News Channel 9.
And for a link to the New York Times article, we have it posted to localesquire.com.